turned up too much? I hear myself like.
Welcome into the Recipe Podcast. This is the Unplugged episode of the Recipe Podcast. So welcome in, and we're real proud to have you all here listening to us, and we're proud to actually be here and sitting here today. And we have kind of a full house, but Dr. Phil has a new member of the family, and baby has been delivered, and so we wish him and his family well. And they're doing well. So Phil's not with us, but we do have the Bobbit. Bobbit's the podcast producer and actually the engineer today. Bobbit?
Hi.
Yeah, what do you think about that, Venus?
It's amazing.
How she can just jump right in there and do that?
Yep.
Yeah, so then we have the Venus fly track. What's going on, bud? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome. And we have a guest. We have a guest today. We have Mr. Dick Reno. We've had him in before in studio. Dick Reno. Hey, Dick.
Hey, guys. What's up?
Doing all right?
Yeah, doing great.
Yeah, cool.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, man. And we have Jay. Jay's in the back, video engineering, and the building seems to be under attack today. The elevators are jacked up. The air's not right, and
the construction outside.
Construction and Jesus Christ, and our internet. What is it?
Could be the construction.
Oh, he's right, because they said there are power lines over there.
But you sound weird today. Is it because you're not on the mic, or what is it?
I don't know. If I get this
There you
close,
go.
I feel
That's
like it's
better.
too loud. No,
That's good.
Okay.
Roger, you can turn your headset down. So anyway, yeah. So and Mr. Eric Knowles is out in where is he at? He's in Colorado. So he's doing his thing in Colorado and having a good time there. So we're just trying to figure out how all this shit's gonna work. Hey, but before we get started, listen, all you fans out there, thank you for listening. But I have some important, really important news. If you've missed our show, we need you to go. So we don't know how you're listening. We don't know if you're listening on Facebook or Instagram, or if you're pushing the links when you get there, or going on my website. So we don't know how you're doing that. So if you happen, what we want you to do is to go on iTunes or Google Play and subscribe to our show. And we've repurposed our show, and the Unplugged show is now in the comedy section of iTunes. So
tentatively.
Yeah, maybe after today's show it won't be. It'll be in another category. But so we want you to go to wherever you're listening to your podcast, go there and search the Recipe Unplugged and subscribe. And then you'll get all these shows automatically into your phone, and you don't have to worry about that again. So if you can do that, leave us a rating while you're there. And that's what the deal is. So we need y'all to be doing that. So what else do we need to talk about? We have some really cool sponsors before we get going. Jay, maybe you can help me out with that. We have Dunkin' Coffee with Mills. Dunkin' is a super cool guy and great coffee, and Dick Reno is drinking some of that coffee right now. Ace Way Incorporated, we have owner Ricardo Ace Vito. He will clean anything from office buildings to kitchens, and that's why we use him. He's an amazing guy, amazing customer service, and really great company all the way around. Texas Beef Council, they're amazing supporters for chefs all around Texas, and what's better for dinner than beef, right? So we love the Texas Beef Council because they love chefs. Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, amazing school that has online learning all over. It doesn't make any difference where you are. If you're on a ship in the military, or if you're overseas or around the world, you can take these classes online and get a education that way. And then we have the American Culinary Federation. The ACF, I've been a member for, I think, 30 years, and they've been awful good to me. And if you're in the hospitality business and you're not in the American Culinary Federation, then you're missing the boat. So go there, acf.org, and apply, be a part of that. So thank you, sponsors. And the listeners, you're the smartest people on the planet. Please help us go find our shows. By the way, we've been iTunes top 50 several times now, and I think the best we did was 18, so that's pretty cool. So we thank the listeners for being supportive. So, guys, it's the second, third, or fourth show of the new year. Everything's going well so far. Everybody's going. You got Pinky. What are you guys doing over there? Huh?
Yep.
You hear a word I said?
Nothing now.
No. New year. You guys, so far so good. We're already halfway through January.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that depressing or?
No, that's good.
No, it's good. You're
It's a
happy?
good year so far.
Yeah. Reno, Dick, you're off today. You have a day off.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
Oh, you really off all day?
Yeah, today.
Oh.
What are you gonna do?
Well, today I'm doing this right now, and then I got to pay respect to an old friend that passed away from high school. So I got to go down to the south side of Houston.
Shit.
Ex-military. Went through like a real bad divorce, and I guess he decided to take his own life. So gonna
Oh gosh, man.
pay my respect to him.
Sorry to hear that. Well, I'm glad that we're part of your day this morning.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. So, Jay, everything good back there other than nothing working? All right. Yeah. Cool. All right. Good.
We're not really recording this.
It's not recording. Yeah, we're just.
Oh, serious?
We're just talking here.
Yeah. So yeah, that's awesome. Hey, so I thought we would, before we get too far into the new year, I thought it's important that we reflect a little bit about some of the one-liners or some of the things that Bob had educated us on last year.
Like what?
So some of the things that we had no idea. Do you remember? There's two things you should remember, Christian. That she educated
I don't
us.
remember much.
All right. So what Bobbitt's favorite saying was?
Oh.
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
Goat's ass.
That's right. That's right.
What is it?
Close.
What is it?
Go ahead, Bobbitt.
You can say it.
What's your favorite saying? I don't want to take it away from you.
It has a bad word. You should just say it. 'Cause
Well,
you-
why is it your favorite saying? I mean, we
Because
all
it's
know
funny.
you swear like a drunken sailor, so.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's diamond in a goat's ass. That's Bobbitt's favorite saying.
Oh, I've never heard of that one. Please tell me more.
Right? Right? I mean, I didn't even know it was a thing. Of course,
I don't even know where I got it from.
come on, Bobbitt.
It's been forever. I've always known that.
So if we had internet, we could look it up again, but we don't. So the computers are down. But yeah, diamonds and goat ass. Do you remember that? Diamond and goat's ass. That's Bob's favorite saying. And the second,
rare.
the second word that we didn't know about,
Oh.
the frocket.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the right. So
that should. Do you know what a frocket is? You have frockets. Front pockets.
Oh, frockets.
Yeah.
I do now.
right. So nobody knows about this shit you're coming up with, Bobbitt. A frocket. So those are two things. And the last one you guys don't know about.
Were you homeschooled?
Yeah.
Really?
She
Is that
was.
right?
Yeah, she was.
Oh yeah. For a while.
Oh, serious?
Yeah.
Okay, that might be it then.
Yeah.
So
She's
that's
learning.
creepy. That's creepy, right?
She's learning
No.
something from a different book.
I did Lone Star.
So you learn
like community
frockets
college.
and diamonds
when
and
I was
goats'
homeschooled.
asses. Okay, that's cool.
I don't know where I got
That's
that.
in the agriculture class.
Oh.
So,
Yeah.
That's how you transport diamonds.
Yeah, across the Mexican border.
Yeah,
but,
right.
Before that, that's pre-wall.
Pre-wall.
Yeah, but we'll get into that wall in business. But then the last one is bougie. Is that right?
Bougie.
Bougie. Tell us about that one, Bobbitt.
Yeah, people know that one.
Yeah.
What is it, Christian?
I don't know, kind of like flashy, whatever, like high-end, privileged.
A little too extra on everything.
Yes.
Oh, you guys knew that? I didn't know it.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
bougie, bougie.
He learned yesterday.
Yeah,
Yesterday?
yeah, but what was the definition? It was pretty funny though. But of course, we can't look it up,
I
but
don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
it was funny though. So bougie, yeah. So very flashy.
Pinkies up. Bougie.
So thank you for that, Bob. It's been a good year. We did learn several things from you, and that was pretty cool. But I didn't. Do you want to get back into the wall? Do you want to get back into the? What do you think?
I don't
about
want to
that?
get into any wall.
The government is officially been shut down longer than any other government, any other presidential time
Well, we
period.
broke another record.
Yeah,
Hey.
there you go.
Thank you.
You get
We're
the-
first every time.
Yeah, Trump's like, we're the best. Then taking long breaks.
we had the biggest crowd for the inauguration, and now he's shut the government down longer than anybody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
He's the best.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
He's
He's
the
okay.
best at everything.
He's the bestest.
So yeah, so those poor guys. There's 850,000 government employees, and 400,000 of them are waking up today without a check. I guess they get paid on the 15th. All government employees get paid on. So yeah, no money for them.
No money.
So I mean, what's up with it? Why shut the government down? I mean, what it's like you're in timeout or something. I mean,
Yeah, he put himself in timeout.
now you put innocent people in timeout for his own stupid whatever. Oh, why is it that? Why is it shut the government down?
I don't know, his own pride. I mean,
Yeah, but
he's
why-
probably looking at what the limitations of what he's capable of doing. He has people who are advising him on what can I get away with, okay? Because I need to make a statement, and he thinks he's going to get the reactions he's gotten before, maybe in life or in business. But it's going to be difficult when you're talking about the way the government's set up. The government's set up to, even if somebody's capabilities are further than you would imagine, there still has to be a certain spot where you could be like, that's enough.
Why not like shut the White House down, or shut down Capitol Hill, or shut down, or I'm not going to pay senators. How about that?
But they don't. But they can go without paychecks.
Yeah, I guess they can. But I don't know. I mean, I just why pick on people who have nothing to do with that? And you're gonna these employees are getting paid on average $30,000. Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think he's thinking about. I don't think he even second.
How can you not?
I don't think he's thinking about that at all. I think the thing is, this is a diversion to get people to think, hey, he's really serious about this wall. It's about getting elected again. It's about, hey, people who support him are like, hey, I wonder if he's really going to come through with that. He's like, oh, you better believe it. He shut down government until they make the decision that we want, that we get what we were promised.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to second guess him now and be like, shit, what have you delivered on? What have you really delivered on? He said he's going to scrap Obamacare and rewrite a health bill. He couldn't do it. His people couldn't do it. So it's like, this is the next one. It's like people voted for him. It's like, I voted for him because he's going to build a wall. Now it's been 2 years. It's like, step one hasn't even commenced.
Yeah, I know. I just feel bad for these people, these families trying, especially around the holidays, and they all got families and they're trying to have Christmas, and I don't know. I just don't get why it's the shutting down government. But
Has it been 2 years?
Yeah. It's been 2 years, right? 16?
This is year 3.
Right,
Then we
got
go
elected
into
in
elections
16.
next year.
I don't know.
He's just being a bully.
One-term
Yeah,
president.
that's
One
right.
term.
That's exactly right.
So he's gonna
Bully mentality.
Yeah, so he's gonna not pay everybody. Then once he gets what he wants, then he's gonna come back and look like the good guy and probably like, oh well, I'm gonna give you an extra something maybe. After.
What did you learn about Trump last night? You said you had conversations about him peeing in Russia. Something
Yeah,
like that?
so apparently, I think what Russia has over him. So he's a puppet to Russia and Putin, and all that happy jazz. And something went down in the Ritz-Carlton in Russia, and either
awesome.
there's a P tape, like R. Kelly, or there's maybe some young boys.
Pull that shit up, huh, Bobbit? Pull that up on video.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, you're an idiot.
Wait, what? You have that kind of clearance, Haley?
Yeah. Typically, but not today because we
That's
don't.
homeschool.
We don't have internet.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's like, well, P tapes. I'm
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah.
Homeschool's programmed by the CIA.
Ain't that a
That's pretty cool.
diamond in a goat's ass?
Yeah,
right
we got
there.
a suit
Yeah,
that
yeah.
comes every morning. He's like, okay, Haley, we're going to talk today.
So how many diamonds do you have?
The briefcase and black glasses. Yeah. Diamonds in a goat's ass. So, pull that tape up. I mean, you got to be an idiot if you're invited to Russia by the president, by Putin, and you go there and you're thinking that you're ever for 1 second going to be alone, or
Exactly.
or you don't
That's
have you don't have Big Brother looking at you.
Of course.
I mean, come on.
your room is bugged.
Right.
They got a bug on you. I mean, the whole thing.
I would go to bed with my suit on.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, man. This all shit's crazy. But you know what the news was this morning? The breaking news this morning on TV.
That the internet didn't work here at.
No, that was afterwards. We found that afterwards. Was that Trump actually is working for Russia?
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I
Well,
wish
that's what they thought.
I wish Eric was here now because he would come up with all kinds of conspiracy theories.
He probably was homeschooled too.
But
Hey, I mean, I graduated when I was 16, had a bunch of college credits.
Yeah. No, hey, I'm not putting it down. She's like putting the order.
It's like, wait, no, but I'm doing good.
The CIA's jacking my car like
It's
right
like,
now.
oh, hey, hide the goats. I mean,
there's
hide the diamonds.
Definitely a goats and diamonds in a goat's ass for sure, Haley. You're definitely
She's
a
already
diamond.
cracked
Yeah.
the code on my phone. Is like fucking up my life in my pocket right now.
In your pocket.
Yeah, fuck it. She's so good she makes up her own words.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's what that is.
like
So,
code words.
Yeah.
Does that
You're like
work?
Tom Cruise.
I don't like him.
Sorry, I mean like not
What?
Tom Cruise the person.
You're a chick
Tom
and you
Cruise
don't like him?
in Mission Impossible.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That guy.
What?
I don't remember that movie, though.
Oh, he's a badass.
Now you're not talking to the mic, Haley. So
Sorry.
and you're the
Put it
production
down a little
manager,
bit.
yeah, or pull it towards or something.
There you
Oh,
go.
So why don't you like Tom Cruise?
Come on, dude.
I don't know. I just
He's a
don't
douche.
really- yeah.
he was great in the movie Legend,
He is kind of a douche.
1985. It's a great movie.
You
I
know,
was
There's
born
unicorns.
in 99.
There's unicorns and a devil
Yeah.
and all that good stuff. I love that movie.
you
You like that
unicorns?
movie?
It was
Yeah?
great.
I knew that about you.
Come on.
Yeah.
He was in The Outsiders,
He wears tight clothes and
Hey,
skinny
yeah.
ties, and he likes
Well,
unicorns.
there's no ties today.
So that's good to tell you. Huh, Christian? What do you think about that?
I'm not gonna.
So,
I'm not going to entertain that one.
Yeah.
so, but getting to the black briefcase and the bobbit, kind of homeschooling and all that kind of shit, eyes in the sky. I was listening to this podcast called Capitalism. What is it, Bobbit? Capitalism what? Anyway.
I don't know.
Anyway, I'll share that with you in a little bit. The dude's name was Peter Demandis. Peter Demandis. This guy is a brilliant son of a gun. And I'm going to send you guys a pod. You got to listen to it. It's like an hour and a half, and it's through let me
Peter, yeah, whatever you just said.
Demandis, isn't it?
I think so.
All right.
Capitalism.
Yeah, so let me
Capitalism
just
podcast.
capitalism.com podcast. So I'm actually going to this conference. It's for entrepreneurs. But you gotta. I gotta say it's an hour and a half or almost 2 hours, but it'll flip you out. So I'm just going to talk about some of those notes, and it's about where technology is, where we've been, and where we're going. Some of the things he said in there, the technologies in the next 5 to 10 years. I'll read down through them quickly, and then we can go back to them. 3D printing. You've heard of 3D printing, obviously. Did you hear of 3D printing 5 years ago?
Yeah.
That's a 3D printer.
Yeah. Okay, so you heard about it 5 years ago?
Yeah.
10 years ago?
No, 5.
Yeah, about
years,
5, yeah.
5 years ago. The technology's been around for 35 years.
Really?
So now they have 3D printers that can build buildings, cars, and getting
And guns.
and food, maybe guns. Yeah, probably
Yeah.
guns. Yeah. I've seen the guns. In the year 2020, which is next year, believe it or not, there'll be 50,000.
Oh, sorry.
Keep it out. I like it.
Yeah. It's
A
like,
little delayed. Is that clapping or what is that?
I don't know.
God, the whole
I
building
tried to
is free.
lock it.
See, if in your frocket,
No.
see, if Eric was here, he would say there's a what do you call it, Jay? As an entity in the room, jacking with us right now. In the year 2020, there'll be 50,000 drones over every single city in America. 50,000. That's next year. There'll be 50,000 drones over every city. 3 billion people are connected around the world today. So because we have phones or we have a computer or we have whatever, there's 3 billion today that are connected around the world. Within 2 years, there'll be 8 billion people connected. That's a 5 billion increase. So in 2 years, there'll be 8 billion people connected. And then when that happens, and that's phones, watches, cars, Alexas, you name it, right? Computers. There'll be 8 billion people connected at that point. And every single thing that's connecting us, whether it be your phone or your car or whatever, all these things have sensors. Your cars have sensors. Our headphones have sensors. Your watches have sensors. They all have sensors. All the computers in the skies, so all these sensors are connected. So there'll be trillions and trillions and trillions of connections, sensors. So because of that, and I've been listening to a lot of this stuff over the last couple weeks, that because of that, the technology in the next 4 to 5 years are going to go late. We're going to see advances over the next couple of years that will be like the last 5 to 10.
Yeah, like exponential.
It's going to go crazy. It's going to go crazy. So and you have to listen to this entire podcast because it'll scare the hell out of you. And the more I listen to it, the more I don't want to live in that world. But there's going to be sensors in clothing, sensors in every single row. There'll be 2, 3 cameras in here. There'll be cameras everywhere. The sensors it all come down to, our brilliance will come down to not the toys that we have, but the questions that we ask. Meaning, are we smart enough to ask the right questions to advance to where we want to go?
That's like the freaky part. Like I think I wouldn't, and probably a lot of other people, that's what would make them want to like live off the grid. I don't know if it's because they're afraid of change or
I don't want that much shit about me.
privacy.
I don't know.
You know.
So, did you listen to the podcast by chance? You should have, Bob. So, yeah, you missed your homework, but you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to go into your widget and say how many blue Izod shirts are on the corner of 4th and Broadway during 2 and 6 o'clock. and it's going to give you an answer. And these are the things. These are the things that he was saying.
It's all data.
It's all yeah. And what is the average length of a skirt in 2016? And it'll give you that data. And then what's the average length of a skirt in 2017? So it's going to give you this stupid kind of thing. So there's a bunch more, but those are the technologies, and I just thought I'd bring them up and see what you think about that.
You can manipulate people when you understand all the data, and this is just another step towards people being controlled. Just think about how many people think about this. 10 years ago, if you were talking to somebody and you were having some kind of a discussion or argument, they wouldn't jump up and be like, well, I heard on this podcast the other day, right? 10 years ago, that's not part of the conversation.
Now everybody.
Now it's like, this is where I got my information. My information is more accurate, more valid than the information you got because of whatever, blank. So think about how easily somebody just talking over a microphone into your ear can sort of control how you think and what you do. Now think if, once you have that many people connected, now if there's one voice that's, somebody decides this is the voice of everyone, he can start to change minds. He or she can start to change minds. And that might not even be ultimately a human being.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Like the battle might be over in a way. Like maybe we already have lost to machines, but we just don't know it. It's going to be a latent effect. 20 years from now, we'll be like, shit, the people that knew that it was going to happen in 1970.
This is what this guy is saying. He says that he's a billionaire, and he hangs out with all these other guys, right? They're billionaires, and they own a lot of companies. Well, he has a company out in Silicon Valley right now that you go there and you pay $25,000 and you get your DNA measured. You get your entire. I'm not saying all the stuff right, but they'll go in there and they'll check all the frequencies in your body, your blood, and measure the DNA so that in theory they will be able to tell what's going to happen to you physically or mentally or in your health before it happens. Mm-hmm. So one of the things that the technology that he was working on is that when a baby is born, he's saying, make sure if you have any friends or the babies are being born, make sure you tell them to take, I'm not going to say it right, but some of their DNA and reserve that so that they can test it right away, and they're going to know that, hey, right around the age 30, the kid's going to get cancer, and maybe blah 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 blah. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be able to track this. That's the technology that they're working on right now. So and he has it now out in LA. Yeah. And also in China, they are testing right now how to alter the DNA. So if you wanted to be taller, or if you wanted to be short, if you wanted to have a better physique, or if you wanted, I don't know, whatever.
Isn't that just for their army or something like that?
He didn't get into that, but
to build like super fighters.
I remember hearing
Oh yeah,
about that.
always want to build the ultimate fighting machine, right?
Yeah, 3D printer.
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah, I mean it's just it's scary. It's a scary podcast. So, but the guy is brilliant, man. He's just and so he's talking about so he's talking to a room of entrepreneurs, and so it all comes down to what is it you're shooting at this at the sky for? What is it that you're shooting at? What's your star that you're shooting for? And he had 3 of them. One of them was a DNA thing that he's doing right now. And he believes that they're working on systems where people can live 40 years longer, healthy lives, healthier, longer. So that's one of them, and I forgot the other one now. So it's pretty.
Well, if you think about it, like the DNA thing, there's got to be people that are also doing it to get all the whatever you want to call it, like levels or metrics in your body. Record as much as you can, and maybe the idea is to recreate themselves. Maybe not with the same consciousness, because when you die, you cease to exist as that person. But recreating your physical part, and then hoping maybe your consciousness comes back. I don't know, because a lot of those people, if they have a lot of money, they want to live forever.
Yeah, sure. And there'll be chips and everything. There'll be. I mean, look at it now. I mean, we almost have a camera on every corner now. Yeah. So it's and now everything and all the billions of things that are connected have those sensors. So there's not going to be. It's really space age. It's really that if you need a video of something somewhere, hey, my spouse is in London staying at the Savoy Hotel. I wonder if you could probably pull that up on your computer to see some videos of it. You know? I mean, I don't know.
And billionaires just see things that other people don't. Like they don't, even if they don't want to. If you have that kind of money, it's like if you're gaining wealth and have a few $1 million, somebody might be like, "Hey, let's get on a plane and go watch a bullfight in Spain." It's like, all right, that's kind of like something most people aren't going to do. But then if you're a billionaire, it could be like you could have a buddy you barely just met him and be like, "Hey, come on, let's take this. I have my own. What's the name? The Concorde, the fast plane. I have my own Concorde. We could be in Portugal in 4 hours." And then you show up and they're like, "It's a snuff video." It's like there's somebody shooting some person. You're like, isn't that awesome? And that billionaire's like, "Well, I'm probably not gonna hang out with you anymore."
Yeah.
But they've seen some crazy shit.
So this is the question. If
It's true, dude.
did you follow that, Rena?
I'm saying snuff because it's like extreme. It's like, okay, you have a lot of money, I go watch a bullfight. It's kind of brutal. It's not something that somebody would do on a whim. But then on a whim, you go to show up someplace, and it's like they're killing people for sport or
Well,
whatever.
you go to Saudi Arabia, and every Friday afternoon they have a beheading, and that's true. It's still happening today.
Sure,
I have a
that's-
friend of mine that lives there. Every Friday in the city center, in the center of the city, they have a beheading.
So that's
In
like
Saudi.
that's happy hour, right, for them?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, that's like we go back to being like brutal.
Yeah.
It's like full circle.
Oh, we're just gonna blast ourselves to the Stone Age anyway one day. So
Yeah.
like every other civilization, right?
So this is the question. If you had $1 billion, if you had $2 billion, what would you do to make the world a better place? So it's easy to say you have $1 billion. What would you do? Wow, I'd buy a house, I'd do this, and I'd buy a jet, and I'd do... No, what would you do to make the world a better place?
Solve the issue with global warming. I think if the deterioration of the planet ultimately will be our demise if we get lucky, if all this other stuff doesn't end everything. So do whatever you can to make sure that you reverse the effects of whatever that may be. I mean, I think that's where Elon Musk's mentality comes
Yeah,
from.
I kind of wonder why that he didn't bring that up, because I wonder about that myself, because that seems to be a serious... I mean, and that's another point they made, too, is that, government's just is a bunch of shit. Basically, government's biggest worth was security, right, to protect our country. Other than that, the billionaires are the ones that are solving all the issues.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
Well, they're supposed
space
to.
travel.
That's why they meet.
Yeah, it's amazing. So Rena, what would you do if you had a couple billion? What would you do to make the world a better place?
Okay, so Christians on global warming. So global warming meaning you're taking care of the pollution and clean up
Yeah.
the oceans and all that good stuff.
But
Yeah,
it
yeah.
also should be something, I mean, because if you want to work every day, it's got to be something that you just freaking love, right? I mean, you're passionate about it. You just can't wait to jump out of bed to do this thing. What would that be?
Well, I mean, he's taking care of the mess. Then now you got to take care of feeding everyone in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You got everyone in Africa, the biggest continent in the world, and everyone's starving.
Mm-hmm.
So and or in India or in China or even in the U.S. at home.
Yeah.
So why we can't feed everybody?
Mm-hmm.
I'm a cook. We're cooks here. We're all hospitality workers.
Yeah.
Why we just can't feed everybody? So figure out a way to like help out, not necessarily the homeless or the people that are the people that are unfortunate. Find a better way to actually feed everyone. We have all this food in the U.S. alone that we can give it away, and it won't ain't gonna hurt nobody. The billionaires, the rich people, they're not gonna be hurt by it.
We throw away a lot of food.
Yeah, sure.
Or our
lot.
work establishment. How much we throw away of XYZ every day that it's going to be bad. No, it's not bad, but we can give it to someone, and we make our own program to feed half of Houston or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we need to make sure people can actually go to bed and not be hungry. The next day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of
and
course.
and money is when you die, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
You ain't going to take it with you.
Yeah.
So why not help everyone else around you?
What about you, Bobbit?
I guess more along the
Pay
lines
off your
of
car. We got that one last time.
First things first.
get out of debt. No, I mean, I guess more along the lines of what Reno was saying. the homeless for sure. That's always been like a soft spot for me, and especially fostered kids. Like, I mean, I know I'm going to be a foster mom at some point in
Yeah?
the near future, like 10 years or so. But I would really like to contribute to the children.
Well, that's a pretty good one. I think taking care of people,
Yeah.
education.
Yeah. Make sure they have a good home.
$1 billion.
We have a lot of space. There's so much space on this planet in terms of like land,
Right.
and we're all clumped up in these small, clusters.
That's another thing he mentions as well. Everybody's worried about running out of space or running out of land. No, he said,
Not at
forget
all.
about it. And
No.
he said, and being overpopulated. He said, no, forget about that too.
Yeah.
The guy is rattling off. I can't wait for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to send it to you. You listen
Yeah.
to it today?
Yeah, I'm gonna box this guy.
Yeah. And so,
Do a little trolling.
Make
on
it
him.
brutal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
but the first 30 minutes of it is like, get on with it, man. Well, you just, get on with it. Just stop, But then I think the last hour of it was like.
Hour.
Yeah, I mean it's an hour and a half. I think
Oh,
it's an hour
wow.
and 40 minutes. So yeah. So another thing he says, no, we're not going to be overpopulated. We're not going to be, and he gives you these stats that I think the average was like worldwide was 4 or 5 kids per family back in the whatever. And now it's like 2 kids. It was the average. So the averages are going down of
It's like 8 or 9 in my family.
right. Yeah. What about you? What about you, Rena? How many kids you gonna have?
How many kids I'm gonna have?
Yeah.
Well, we have a dog so far.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe one. The one day comes.
Reno's getting a little smitten, isn't he?
What do you mean?
I don't know.
Oh, because you said we.
Yeah, I mean, he's really starting to get tucked in with his girl here, I think. He's feeling pretty smitten. Is that the word, Bobbit? Should we make him a new word?
I don't
No.
know.
She doesn't even know what certain means.
I don't know the exact definition.
Yeah.
Not a walking dictionary.
Oh. Well, do your phone there on your watch.
Do your
here.
phone.
Smitten.
Yeah, he's a smitten.
Yeah.
Smitten. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Well, I mean, it's the first time in a very long time.
Yeah.
Or even ever that I
Yeah.
actually have someone that's worth being around. So.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. You told me I was worth being around.
Don't talk about that on the show. Hopefully the technologies won't scare us all to death. Anything else you want to share?
Yeah, way to scare everybody.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it's supposed to be lighthearted.
Well, what I was thinking.
Are you sure you want to stick to comedy? What I tell you?
Well, no, I was thinking like a get rich quick thing. So like all the technology and the sensors and all that, we go back to the old tinfoil hat to keep the man out your head. Yeah, Amazon it. You
No idea.
And if it looks good,
Yeah, you market it. It's a tinfoil hat with some kind of magic powder, right, to keep like the sensors out of your brain, and and when you pull up Facebook, it always like shows the thing you were just looking at on the internet and all those other.
That's another thing, by the way.
You
They talked about the technology in 20 years. There'll be technology that you'll be able to download your thoughts.
yeah.
Yeah, into or upload them into the cloud. The thoughts that you're having in your head.
That's not cool.
Yeah, that's not right.
I don't mind it.
Oh, and another technology that is crazy is that within 5 years, all of us will be wearing these goggles or these glasses. These
Yeah.
that will have.
That doesn't seem like a realistic timeline to me.
And jumpsuits. No, it's gonna happen so fast.
No, I think it is. But,
Imagine
it
we
doesn't-
come out just now and like people are like, all right, everybody get in line. They're just waiting for us. Like
No,
we just
but-
wanted to wait until your podcast was over. Everybody get in line. It's all over.
No.
Reno, I pray for you.
no. But the thing is, if you think about it, 5 years ago, so then there's an audience of 400 people, right? How many? Who in the audience does not have a phone? And then not one hand goes up, right? 5 years ago, out of the 400, how many people wouldn't have a phone? Maybe 10, 15, or 20, right? 10 years ago, half the audience or 3/4 of the audience wouldn't have a phone. So it's the same thing with these goggles. They're not goggles, they're glasses. They're going to be sunglasses.
First iPhone came out June 29th, 2007.
2007.
I was 8.
Think about that. I mean, I remember, so I've been here 20 years. I'm going in my 20th year. I remember when I arrived.
You're older than 20, man.
So when I was at my
20 years older than me.
old job, they gave me a phone for my car, and that was like the first phone I ever had. So that was like, 24 years ago was the first cell phone I ever had. But so 2007, you said was the first iPhone? So the glasses, I think you've all seen them, right? Or,
Yes.
Yeah, like the
inside the
blue
lens, it'll say like, "Oh, this is Christian coming at you," or "This is the temperature of today." Whatever it is you want, you're going to be able to put it in these glasses, and all the information you're going to need are in those glasses, or the directions I need to go. And so that technology, I think I saw some of that probably 5, 6, 7 years ago. So he's saying within 5 years we're all going to have these things. That's kind of screwed up.
Yeah.
And so,
Glasses are already expensive.
right. Well, it could be pretty handy around work, huh?
Maybe people wearing glasses have already been practicing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been wearing glasses my whole life.
Hey, Mr. Smith, you know everybody's name. Then you have the X-ray abilities and all that kind of shit.
It makes service easier.
Those are expensive. Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
He said, "Hi, Mr. Smith. Okay, burger, medium rare. Okay, got it. You know already in your
Well,
head.
that's,
Okay.
you're out of
Yeah.
a job. At
Yeah.
that point, you're out of a job.
You're just kind of looking. Oh, that's the other
Because
thing too.
a robot could do that.
That's true.
Yeah.
And he talked about robots, and that, and I didn't write any of that down, but it's going to come a point where, everyone's going to have we already have the
Roomba.
what do you call it? Alexas. We already have those in our house, right? The computerized, hey, tell me whatever, the recipe for this, or
Yeah.
and so it's already started, and that there's going to come a time that these computers are so dynamic that they can read. Oh gosh, I forgot what it was, like 1 trillion books every hour, or a billion books every hour, so that you don't want to trust a doctor ever again.
Yeah.
So that you're going to start being analyzed by computers, and they're going to prescribe shit for you, because there's no doctor that could ever be as educated as the computer.
It's accurate. Yeah.
You're right. So and then it's going to get to a point where you don't want anybody touching you.
But what about that human connection? Like, there's, things that people could see that computers can't.
Right. No, I agree with it. But he said it's going to come to a point where you're never going to want human hands to ever operate on you ever again, because the computer's going to be better.
Yeah, but computers fuck up. So it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the computer's program is like, all right, the
Kinda like today.
robot whatever is going to take out your kidney, and then they're
Yeah,
like,
but
oh,
everybody's
we
different.
took your
you
liver.
know?
Yeah.
Everybody's different.
Power went out. Oh shit.
Yeah, robots were done. Do you know how to do this? No, man.
Yeah.
That's the personal part of it.
That's what they used to say. You could, the computer world is you could speed up at you could fuck up at the speed of light. Yeah, so it's. Computer world. Well, listen, we're kind of up against it. Anything else you guys want to report? Anybody else? Anything else? Anybody? Dick?
I still think we need to market the tinfoil hat.
Yeah.
I think
Why don't you
that'd
get on
be-
that?
Oh yeah, we'll get on that.
He said, this is all about entrepreneurs. I'm going to send you guys all the show. So big shout out to those guys. I'm advertising the hell out of this guy, right? Peter. So I want to thank you all for being in. We have some homework to do. We have to figure out how to get this computer back online for our guest. So anyway, so everybody, all you listeners out there, thank you for listening to our show. And again, thank our sponsors. We have Dunkin' Coffee, Aceway Incorporated, Texas Beef Council, Escoffier School of Culinary Arts, and American Culinary Federation. We have more, you can hear more about them after I get off the air here. Also, please go and subscribe, okay? Because we move some shows around. We need you to subscribe to our show so you'll get them automatically. Don't wait for us to post them on Facebook and Instagram. So if you constantly are listening to our show via Facebook or Instagram, please go to your podcast icon and go in there, your app, and search the Recipe Unplugged, subscribe to that show, and then go into the recipe Celebrity Secrets to a Successful Life, and also subscribe to that show. That's what we need to do, and then you'll never, ever miss another show again. So thank you so much for being loyal listeners. You're the smartest people on the planet. Please go remember to subscribe and tell a brother, father, or friend, or share the show.
And if you don't do it, you're in trouble because we're watching.
Yeah, that's right. Because we have no new technology that we're gonna come and get you.
But if you buy your hat, we won't.
Yeah,
if you buy my
you'll be
hat,
okay.
you'll be okay.
So buy Reno's hat.
Yeah.
Buy Reno's hat.
We'll get Dick's hat,
Also a sponsor.
Also a sponsor.
sponsored by Big Dick.
Yeah.
Big Dick Reno.
Yeah.
And
Can't
Damn,
say
dude.
things like that.
what?
It's just
Damn, is that the name of your company, guy?
What?
He's
Anti
big. He's 6 foot. What are you? 6 foot what?
6'1"?
Yeah, he's-
6 tall enough?
Yeah.
Why do you always feel shorter than me when I'm
a
looking
big,
at you?
He's a big dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're proud of him for being here. Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thanks, Chef.
Phil Phoenix, congratulations. And the Bob, thanks for, hopefully this comes out. I don't know. Hopefully this recording works.
Hopefully you did your job.
Yeah.
Just like-
Yeah. Venus, thanks. And Jay, thank you. And that's it for us. So remember, you're special, you're great. Get off your ass and do something today. See you next time.